Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Dokomylove, and I am here with Mac again. And today we are going to be talking about love, dating, and relationships in Japan. Exciting stuff. Let's get started. Do I even need to ask, have you dated a Japanese girl?
Yes, I have. Well, yeah, but not seriously.
Fair.
Yeah, but never seriously, never committed.
How is it different, if at all, compared to girls, say, in Ireland?
It's like chalk and cheese. It's like insanely different. Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that more? So, for those of you who don't know, Mac's from Ireland.
From Ireland.
And if you don't know, I'm from the States. So, what exactly is different, I guess?
Because I'm an Irish guy in Japan.
Okay.
I'm in Ireland. I'm Irish. You know.
You're just another dude.
I'm just another dude. Yes. Here it's different. You know. Like, I'm just going to say what I think, so I don't give a shit about people getting offended or anything. You know,
that's fine, yeah.
In my opinion, girls are more likely to choose guys racially. So I might sound like I'm going to contradict myself in some ways later on. But,
That's fine. That's fine.
So I don't know what it's like from someone else's perspective, a black guy, an Indian guy, or...
Sure.
Everyone has different experiences, but right. I'm just talking from my experience.
Japanese girls like Irish guys.
No, I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm not saying they don't like them, but I'm saying in general, I think for the most part, Japanese girls don't like Irish guys or me, because I'm speaking from my perspective, my experience. Most Japanese girls don't like white guys. I don't know if they like them more than an Indian guy or what. I don't know. I'm not an Indian guy. I'm just saying most of them don't like Irish guys. Most of them don't. Luckily, we live in a country where the population is 127 million people. So even if a small percentage
the world's most densely populated city in the world.
So even if a small percentage are interested in Irish guys, then you're winning. Like
so pretty much it's because we live in Tokyo. There's such a huge population here. You are bound to find someone who is interested in you.
Yeah. So I'm not complaining, but I'm at all. Like, so if you've any game here, you can do very well. But there's a misconception that you have an advantage because you're white or a foreigner. Yeah. It's serious bullshit, and I can say that from experience and from a guy that has constantly been playing the field here since I came here, and I've learned a lot over that time and experienced a lot. You know, sure. It's definitely a lie, and it's a myth. It's a myth that needs to be dispelled.
Yeah. So just because you're white, just because you're a foreigner, it doesn't mean that you go into a bar and girls are going to be coming up to you and just wanting to jump into your pants.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That is serious bullshit. You know, I'm not a shy guy, you know, so I'm not going to be waiting for girls to come up to me anyway. If I see a girl that I like, I'm going to approach her. Yeah. But they're not going to be the ones approaching me.
Yeah. I've had it happen only out of my 5 years here, maybe it's happened like 2 times.
2 times,
and that's either because they've been drinking.
They're drunk, or they're not your type.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So even if someone does come up to you, you may not be attracted to them. You know.
So it's a myth that needs to be dispelled, but that's not to say that there's not girls that really like foreign guys. There are, and there's a name for that. They call that a gaijin hunter. But they're a seriously small minority in Japan. Yeah. There's certain reasons and all these different kind of reasons that they like foreign guys. Yeah. It might be that they get rejected by Japanese guys for some reason. They look different, you know. So they turn to foreign guys. So
Yeah.
Or they could have lived abroad. You know, they might. You know.
That happens a lot. Once you go and live abroad, that experience can really change your outlook on what you've been brought up with your whole life as far as Japan and Japanese culture and the outside world.
You can still get with Japanese girls that are not gaijin hunters, but that you need game for that. This is where you learn how much of an advantage you do not have when you start approaching girls that are not gaijin hunters. Yeah. You really realize like how much of an it's like such a myth. The thing is, you get constantly told how much of an advantage you have by everyone. That's why we need to dispel this myth.
And Japanese people themselves will tell you, be like, "Oh, you're so cool," and like, "Ah, wow, your Japanese is so good." It's like, "Oh, you must be so popular," but
the reality is so different.
Yeah,
and I can rarely go to a busy bar, and not be told how cool I am or how popular I must be with Japanese girls. Yeah. And this is often passive aggressiveness. This is often, you come here and you might be just new to Japan. You'll take it as a compliment. Yeah. But trust me, 9 out of 10 times this is an insult, a passive aggressive insult. This is not a compliment. This is not saying you're cool. This is saying fuck you, get out. I don't like you.
Especially coming from guys.
Yeah, especially coming from guys. But you'll learn this. But some of them genuinely mean it, and these are the people they genuinely think you have an advantage. They genuinely think you're cool. They don't know that it's not true. You can only learn this from doing game on the street.
And for those who may not be 100% familiar, what is game? What skill is that? Like, because a lot of times people say, because in Japanese they have the word nampa, and that means just picking up girls, trying to get a girl's phone number, trying to get a girl to go on a date or to go home with you and stuff like that.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
But I feel like game can have a misconception though about it, in that it doesn't have to have a negative connotation.
For some reason you're allowed to do it in a bar when you're fucking drunk and everyone else is drunk. What's wrong with doing it somewhere where you're sober and it's broad daylight and it's in a safe environment, busy street or whatever. If you do it in a casual, relaxed way, there's nothing wrong about it. It's nature. It's natural. It's normal.
I feel like that has to be a whole nother video by itself. Right. How do you approach people without being creepy?
Yeah. One of the reasons I think, the reason that so what am I saying?
What are you saying now?
I don't know where I was. Ask me a question.
So how about, where do you think the misconception comes from that just because you're a foreigner or just because you're white that it is easy to get with Japanese girls?
I think the misconception comes from a lot of geeks are attracted to Japan, especially white Western geeks. They're attracted to Japan for all the reasons, like a lot of them are attracted to anime. Some of them just have a fetish for Japanese women.
Sure.
Some of them, all these reasons. So they come to Japan. They look like geeks. They are geeks, and they can get used by Japanese women to learn English, or so Japanese people see see these geeks, these fat geeks, dorky looking geeks with maybe an average looking Japanese girl, but she's way out of his league, so they see that and they get this is probably where they get the misconception from, but she's probably just using them to learn English. That's this is by far not your average Japanese girl. By far. Like a guy like that has zero chance with a girl that might as top tier woman, like Japanese woman, like a beautiful, and there's so many of them, and they have zero chance. They have zero. You actually rarely see a foreigner, even a really good looking foreigner, with a girl that would be considered top tier in Japan. You rarely see it. You really rarely see it.
It's true.
Because, like, there's one thing those women care about, and it's not only looks. You need to have you need to have the money too.
Well, it's the double meaning of image. Is they care about image, not just the looks, but of what other people think of them and their life and stuff like that, right? So making a choice to date a foreigner or being being in public with a foreigner and stuff like that, that still carries a lot of
stigma. It definitely does. So
because I mean, why would they date a foreigner when they could just date a Japanese guy?
That's it.
You know, like a handsome, rich Japanese guy. You know, that speaks their language, that understands
their culture,
everything, and stuff, right?
Yeah, so that's where I think the stereotype comes from, and it is true to some extent, but it's a minority. It's a very small minority. And let's be honest, the average Japanese girl is they take care of themselves a lot more than Western women. That's lot very more. True. Yeah. So there's just a lot of good-looking women here. Yeah. So a Western guy, a geeky guy, dorky-looking guy that's fat and just doesn't take care of himself, he's going to be punching up no matter what. He's going to be, if he gets any sort of girl here, he's going to be doing well. Yeah. You know, he's going to be doing more than what he's going to be able to get back home.
And that, I think, is the main point of where the misconception comes from, is that people will say, like, well, did you date a lot of girls, or were you popular back in your home country, or stuff like that. Kind of trying to lead that point that because you're dating more girls here, then that means Japanese girls are easy, or that white or foreigner guys, not necessarily white, but just do better or popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just misunderstood. It's not like you just come here and you're entitled to, you're just gonna be flowered with beautiful women like just throwing themselves at you. It's just such an absurd. It's just so ridiculous. Like it's like it's so far from the truth. Like it's you shouldn't be coming here for that reason anyway. But
Do you want to talk at all about like? Do you think there are cultural differences in Japan that would make it difficult for someone wanting to get into a relationship with a Japanese girl or Japanese guy?
Right. When Japanese people date Japanese people, they announce the relationship at the start. It's like, we're dating.
Okay.
But no, I never did that. I don't think I've ever announced being in a relationship.
Yeah, and some people are private, like even if like some people do date, like sure, they might tell people that they're in a relationship now, but some people don't like to just announce it all over social media. That like,
I don't mean announce over social. I mean say to each other that you're in a relationship.
Oh, okay. To like just acknowledging of being like, this isn't just for fun or
sex friends, as they say in Japan. Sefure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you come to Japan and you want a girlfriend, I mean, it's very easy to do that. I mean, you're gonna be able to find someone that's interested in you. You're gonna have less options, I think, because you're white or you're foreign.
True.
So it's not like it's literally the opposite of having an advantage. It's not an advantage. It's a disadvantage. You can't negotiate desire. Like, if a girl isn't interested in you, she's not interested. You can't negotiate that. That's just not up for negotiation.
That's a good point.
It's not their fault. I'm not complaining about it. It's just the way it is. You just got to deal with it.
That's just life. Like, not everyone's going to be interested in you.
It's not up for the negotiation. She's not in, but you have a smaller pool to choose from.
So pretty much, it like the summary is, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. You're going to find people who are attracted to you, and there's going to be people who aren't attracted to you. But just in Japan,
I just think there's less. Like there's
right.
It's
just it's more so because of
it's the myth that we're trying to bust here. That's it's not true. But at the same time, we're saying that you will be popular with a small group, and even in that small group, you're not gonna be. It just doesn't mean you can. Like, just because she's a Gaijin hunter, you're able to get with her. I'm saying, I'm saying your chances are higher with a Gaijin hunter, but it doesn't mean you're just gonna be able. She's gonna love me. No, it's bullshit. You know, there's a thing called spinning plates. You cannot just focus on one woman ever. This is not only Japan, but this is everywhere. You gotta be having multiple people going at the one time. Because it's unbelievable how flaky these chicks are.
Like, I completely agree. Like, in general, like, when you are looking for somebody...
Don't ever focus on one person. And that's really especially true in Japan.
Yeah.
Because, like we were talking earlier, people are so busy here. It's absurd. You can't go and get one girl's number and put all your eggs in one basket. It's ridiculous. It's like... There's the likelihood is nothing's ever going to happen with that girl ever. You're probably not ever going to meet her again. You just got her number. It doesn't mean shit. You got to have like 10 numbers and have a rotation going, because you go putting all your eggs in one basket, especially in Tokyo where people are so busy. They'll be able to meet you like once every 2 weeks or once a month, you know.
And then you constantly always texting and saying like, hey, you free this Friday for coffee? Oh, how about Sunday? Or how about Wednesday?
You look like a nagger.
Yeah,
it just looks bad.
Yeah.
It's
and
bad.
You have no life.
People can go and shame you for like, oh, you're a player, you're getting all these numbers, you're like, what the fuck do you want me to do? I want to like, you want me to just fucking like get broken hearted over, like, you're never gonna have sex doing that. You're never gonna hook up just getting. You need to have a multiple of women, like,
or you'll never find a relationship.
Yeah, you will not find a relationship. It's unattractive to look needy and like, it's extremely unattractive, especially, Yeah.
I tell all my friends that like especially when it comes to selecting a partner, like you don't want to pick someone out of scarcity. You don't want to meet just like 2 or 3 girls and be like, oh, she's the best one out of these 2 or 3. You should be meeting a bunch of different girls.
A bunch. You should have a bunch of contacts.
Like, and then from that you'll be able to find someone that actually, you feel like you can connect with so much more, and whatever you're looking for a match with.
Yeah.
And that's
you don't need to feel guilty about approaching women. This is the thing that happens in the West. And this is the thing I love about Japan. It's still, there's not that guilt complex here. They see that they're very grounded here. Like, they understand that, like, we're all like, we're sexual beings, men and women, like.
But sometimes you get that though, like when the Japanese girls be like, oh, charai, like they're trying to say like, you're a playboy, like. It's like every other guy is going to be coming up to you asking you for a drink. It's just like, what are you trying? What are you saying? Like,
that's what I was going back to what I said earlier. That's why I think it's better to approach in anywhere but a bar, because it's so basic. You don't stand out in any way whatsoever. The only reason most guys in bars have the courage to talk to women is because they're drinking. It's not that they have a genuine. Take away the drink and it's they have no courage whatsoever, and they're not even showing their true selves.
Yeah.
If you go out, stone cold sober, and approach the girls, it shows you balls. Like you have like the courage to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you guys find it such a scary thing. Like, but a lot of guys are just terrified of doing it. Yeah. Terrified of rejection.
And I think like that's the big misconception that I feel like we need to bust, is that it has nothing to do about like morality and stuff. It's just like if you see someone attractive, like you have no idea what that person's like. You don't even know if that girl's gonna be interesting to talk to. She could be extremely basic or boring, but the whole point is like you have to go up and approach.
Absolutely, we interact. It's natural, but they're trying to repress it. It's insane. It's true though. Like they're trying to repress people from behaving naturally. Like I don't know, you might disagree with this, but I think you're at a massive disadvantage in a bar. You're going to get bottom of the barrel sort of stuff in bars because in Japan, the numbers are seriously screwed. Like, you go into a bar, it's going to be at best, maybe on the best night of the year, it's going to be 60-40, 60% men, 40%. That's at best. At worst, I swear to God, I've seen it 95.5%. I've seen it, and like, I'd say average is probably maybe 80-20. That's average.
Yeah.
You go in there, wouldn't be surprised 90-10. It's the numbers are way off. You're going into an environment where there's way less women. So these women go in there with their guard up. They're scared. Like, there's like tons of guys around them. Like, they're like drunk guys acting. A lot of them do act like dickheads because there's so many. They're drunk and you know. So if you have the courage to go up to women on the street, you're going to be winning every single day, and you're gonna have a totally better experience with women.
And so, like, why not be out on the street or on the train or wherever you are?
That's it.
Like, if you see someone that you're interested in, just go and say hi. Introduce yourself.
It's just, I could talk about that forever. Just broad daylight, in a cafe, in a mall, on the street, wherever, anywhere but bars and nightclubs.
So the takeaway is, number one, it just because you're a foreigner or you're white, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a celebrity in Japan.
Definitely not.
No.
Like, it's definitely not. You'll be told you are, but you will be constantly told you are. But the reality is totally different. Just see the results. There's a big difference between words and actions.
Yeah. Number two is that don't be chasing just the first girl that you meet and trying to marry her. Like, the odds are that she's not going to be the one for you, and that even if you do get into a relationship, you're probably going to break up later down the way anyways. So you need to just go out there and try to meet as many people as you can. And then the last point was that don't confine yourself to the location of, I can only meet girls at a bar when you're getting drinks or going to a club or something like that. It's just, meet girls wherever you would be going, because, why would you want to go, like, travel like 40-45 minutes? Like, for me, I live really far from Shinjuku. Why would I want to go all the way to Shinjuku, meet a girl who probably lives in northern Tokyo, and then if we want to hang out more, it's super inconvenient for both of us because we live on opposite sides. It's like, if I meet someone near where I live, then there's a higher chance that we would be able to meet up more often. It just makes it easier.
It's easier. It makes more sense.
Yeah. Do you have any other closing thoughts? Dating in Japan?
Yeah, you could go down a rabbit. I don't know. I don't think I said half. You could talk about it for a long time, but I think we mentioned a lot of the main points. But that's pretty much it.
Alright, cool. Well, thanks you guys for watching. Hope you learned something.
If you want to see some photography, some photos I take, some pretty ladies, Instagram is drip drop slop. Alright? Drip drop slop. Alright?
Alright. Follow him on Instagram, and let's go out.
Peace out.
Alright, see you guys.